Oh, just let me out.
That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me oh, just let me out.
I wanted to do an experiment and to discuss the Cartier Tank Solo. It is a watch that does not need an introduction. Cartier invented the concept of the wristwatch. Cartier invented the first watches with rectangular case shapes, and the aesthetics of the watch has been interpreted by every watchmaker in the world. It is a watch that has a serious reputation and has played a big role in the development of watches over time. It is safe to say, and I will go on record when saying this, that the Cartier Tank was the first original fashion watch. Before any of these micro brands, or even the major brands that we know today, caught wind of the idea, Cartier watches were the watches to wear. And I won't go into naming all the icons who wore these in the past. That you can do with a quick Google search. The 50s, 60s and 70s were the Cartier watches' heydays. But now, as a brand, it has sort of faded into obscurity in the wake of brands like Rolex and Patek Philippe and many others. Yes, they make amazing watches today, and their movements are predominantly in-house made, but they don't receive anywhere near the amount of attention that they used to receive. Watches of that time period were mechanical, and Cartier sought out the best possible movements from manufacturers like Jaeger-LeCoultre. But I think one of the reasons of its downfall was the advent of quartz. Once Cartier tanks started to equip themselves with quartz movements, they began to lose their footing. We could also chalk it up to age, and the design, though timeless, is considered old-fashioned by today's standards. Enter the Cartier Tank Solo, a stainless steel watch that has a quartz movement and Cartier's seal of approval, like this one. Simple, very elegant, unisex, understated, it is a beautiful thing. But with a price tag that falls in the range of £2,000 and a similar price in dollars, it begs the question: a steel watch with a quartz movement and a leather strap? Interesting. So the question is, where does the watch find its value? Yes, there is a small sapphire on the edge of the crown, and it uses genuine alligator leather made in France. But how much of the price is dependent on the brand name? Is it fair to say that the Cartier Tank Solo is just a glorified fashion watch by today's standards? Out of interest, this watch mimics the mid-sized Tank Solo. It has a stainless steel case that is very well finished and a Seiko quartz movement. The dial is sublime with a silver reflective surface, with numerals that have been applied well and pick up the light when it passes over them. It does not have an ounce of a defect on its face. It has painted blue hands. The watch itself is discreet, simple, and easy to wear. It is an excellent timekeeper. So does this justify me owning it and calling it a Tank Solo because it performs like its counterpart in almost every way? Where do we draw a line in an argument like this? I'll leave that for you to decide, and I would be interested in hearing your thoughts in the comments.